system of racism, white supremacy, love seeing foundational black American men in one of five ways. And that is with a number one, a hankering for pussy, chasing after man meat. Number two is the performative Negro, rapping, singing, and dancing on one of their record labels, playing on one of their sports teams, running up and down the field, throwing a basketball, or working in the corporate sector, corporate America. Now, ain't nothing wrong with none of these fields of work if that's how you choose to get your bag. As long as you ain't hurt nobody, more power to you. But I'm simply, speaking about, using this to speak about, the way that the dominant white society love to see foundational black American men in, because they know if you working in the corporate sector, playing on one of their sports teams, singing and rapping and dancing on one of their record labels, you working for them. In all actuality, they got you by the balls. This is why we don't see too many sports figures or musicians advocating for black people to get ahead, because in all actuality they gonna go whatever narrative come down from the dominant white society in favor of keeping their bag coming in. They know if you working for them, in all actuality they got you by the balls to a certain degree, and you ain't going to stray too far off that plantation, but moving right along. Number three, they love to see the stereotypical Negro, and these are the kinds of Negroes that are quick to do other black people harm and sell drugs to other black people and view all black people as their opposition. The first time they spot another black person, come in the midst of another black person, they want to, ice grill them and, just stare them down, and these kinds of people are constantly in confusion and dismay with other black people, and they'll give passes to the people from the dominant white society, and I don't respect that, nor do I rock with it. In all actuality, they're doing their bidding for the white supremacists. They're doing the job. The white supremacists could chill and lay back in the cut, because these kinds of goofy Negroes are doing the job for the white supremacists. But moving right along. Number four, they love to see foundational black American men in the role of the coon and the Sambo. And these are the kinds of Negroes that got up there and co-signed Daniel Penny as being some sort of damn hero, like Mayor Eric Adams and others. And we know we had the tether class of people that was doing it too, but we ain't focusing on the tether class right now. We dealing with in-house business, and this right here is a no-no, because um, the coon and the Sambo are very detrimental in us building up what we got to get done for our people. You know what I mean? These are the kinds of people that work in the shadows to, whenever we get ahead, they want to see the infrastructure collapse. And number five, but lastly, it's last, but it might be one of the biggest things on this list. That's they love to see foundational Black American brothers land white. And because they know if you land white, in all actuality, you ain't fighting no white supremacy, because these kinds of brothers that get up and say, "What white supremacy? I don't see no white supremacy," and that is because heaven to the sellout Negro land white is in between that white woman's thighs. And they used to have a problem with this white supremacy um, years ago, but now the hardcore white supremacists, it's a difference, a little slight difference, but they'll still come on cold against us. A slight difference, but it's not really a big one, because they'll both get on cold against foundational Black Americans. But the hardcore white supremacists, they still don't like to see this, because in their minds, quote unquote, they want to see the white race pure. They don't like seeing their people, laying black. But the white supremacists, on the other hand, these are your regular, average, run-of-the-mill people that you see every day. Working on the PTA board. Doctors, lawyers, judges, so on and so forth. Um, the boss on a job that's in charge of the hiring process. And most of these people are, laying black in their personal life. For instance, you can have a boss on a job, that's in charge of the hiring process. And in his personal life, that boss might be, laying black, but let a black person come in for a job, and they discriminated against them and don't hire them simply based off of race, but we know with the good sense that God gave us, just because a white person is laying black, don't mean they got a liking towards all black people. They probably just got an affinity toward the black person that they land with, and sometimes they don't even have that. It's just a thrill of the hunt, being able to say that they laid black for them. You know what I mean? And these kinds of, sellout Negroes that lay white, they got a false assumption on what reality is. Like I said, they think that heaven is in between that white woman's thighs, and they'll get up and say, "What white supremacy? White supremacy don't exist," because they blinded by the thing having sexual access to a white person provides them with. It really don't provide them with nothing, but they just think in their mind that they get some kind of false acceptance in the white society and they gonna be accepted by white people. And truth be told, now, they ain't accepted by no white people, but they think they will. This is why they lay white to a certain degree. But yeah, and the difference between also that hard and hardcore white nationalists and that white supremacist that, you know, like I said, the white supremacist is just your regular average person working on the PTA board, might be on a job in charge of the hiring process, but they'll still get on code. The hard and hardcore white nationalists and the white supremacists will get on code against FBA, but the difference is that that hard and hardcore white nationalist, he got in the forefront of his mind that given the right opportunity, under the right circumstances, he'll harm a black person, if given that opportunity. But they'll both get on code against us. And the sellout Negro land white is sadly mistaken. You know what I mean? And another case in point I want to bring up is that, a little bit ago when Tariq Nasheed had that rally for reparations in D.C., I went to it, but my hotel was in Virginia. So I stayed in Virginia and went to a Chinese buffet in Virginia. I seen a brother there with a white woman, so the brother was laying white, and this brother, the whole time I'm there eating my meal, the brother done said what up to me about 20 times, and I nodded to him, but I'm thinking, in all actuality, he was just constantly nodding to me because he knew he was wrong and out of bounds and wanted to see if his black card was still accepted. You know what I mean? And he was coming to me, I say what up to brothers and sisters regardless, you know what I mean? Because that's just how I am, regardless if they say what up or not. So I said what up to the brother, but, brother, don't look to me to, co-sign and endorse you. Yeah, I'm going to say what up, but I don't rock with the way you getting down in all actuality, but do you? If it's working for you, do you? You know what I mean? But don't look to me for some kind of validation and vindication of the nonsense you're doing, because he knew he was wrong and out of bounds. And a lot of these dudes are just looking for acceptance and inclusion in the white society, and they trying to opt out of their duties of standing on business for black people. So in all actuality, this is why they land white, because they don't want to take the responsibility of advocating for things for the black community and, pushing the black collective forward. So they feel that laying white will give them a pass into the dominant white society where they could just lay docile and dormant. But on the other hand, the flip side to that coin, I just named to y'all the 5 categories of how the dominant white society love to see foundational black American men in, because they know you ain't fighting no white supremacy. That's what all of them things I just listed have in common. They know you ain't fighting no damn white supremacy. They know you're going to turn a blind eye to it and lay docile and dormant. But on the other hand, the flip side to that coin is, the way that the dominant white society, white supremacy don't like to see foundational black American brothers in, and that is, have some, courage, some umph in your step, with your shoulders pulled back, your chest out, and your head up high with confidence in yourself. You know what I mean? And being an advocate for your people, because they know if they got too many brothers that's on code and standing on truth to power with that umph in their step and they chest poked out and they head up high with confidence, and not letting nobody do their people no wrong and injustice. They know that too many of these brothers right here, especially FBA brothers, could knock down the system of racism, white supremacy altogether. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.